What's going on, YouTube? It's Trev back again. Okay, so it is time for the prediction. All right, I mean the prediction. All right, and by the prediction, I mean Alistair Overeem versus Fedor Emelianenko, semifinals of the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix tournament. So, assuming that Fedor wins this fight against Bigfoot, assuming that Fabricio Verdun wakes up a few days after his fight with Alistair Overeem, we're going to be seeing Reem face Fedor. That is, if M1 doesn't find a way to screw this up. I hope they won't, that's for sure. And I'm sure you do too, because I know that everybody wants to see this fight happen. This potentially could be the biggest fight in mixed martial arts history, just because of the anticipation, because of how long they've been trying to get everything together, and because of these two guys' names, the fact that they've never fought, and they're huge names at this point. The only fight I can think of that might be bigger is GSP versus Anderson Silva. Anyway, but that's UFC. Let's talk about mixed martial arts and Strikeforce. Because UFC's become like the Kleenex of MMA. People don't even refer to it as MMA anymore. It's like you have the UFC and you have MMA. It's all MMA, but this is really, I think of it as like, more true MMA because it doesn't have that UFC Dana White branding all over the shit in the background, standing behind people doing a face-off just because the guy's such an attention whore that he can't stay out of the goddamn background. Anyway, so that's total different rant for a total different video. Anyway, point being here, so we've got two of the most dynamic strikers in all of mixed martial arts. Definitely, probably, two maybe out of the 3 or 4 of the best strikers in mixed martial arts at all. First of all, okay, Alistair Overeem is not just one of the best strikers in mixed martial arts. He's, at this point, the best striker in the world. And if not the best, he's in the top 5 strikers in the world. In any boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, doesn't matter discipline. Alistair Overeem, will knock out almost anybody. Okay, and that's just the way it goes. So, who is he facing? He's facing Fedor Emelianenko. Does he need any introduction? Do we need to even say, what his skills are or anything? I'm sure you all know already. I'm not going to bore you with the details as far as that goes. I'm going to compare the two. So we're going to look at both of these guys. So you've got Alistair Overeem, who we know is pretty much one of the best strikers in the world. Fedor Emelianenko, who just seems to, no matter what seems to happen to him, or who he fights, or whatever they say, Andrei Arlovsky's a fantastic striker, or so-and-so is a fantastic striker, Mirko Krokop is amazing, yada, 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 whatever. He just finds a way to beat these guys, except for Verdun. Every other time we've seen him face anybody who was really good at what they do, it doesn't matter. Fedor just finds a way to beat them. So obviously he's no slouch standing up either, and he should be able. I think he has the best chance of any fighter in mixed martial arts to beat Alistair Overeem. Reason being is because he's got awesome stand-up. Okay, he's got the sambo, he's got the submission skills. So if it does go into a scrambler to the ground, he can submit him. The one problem though I see is just the same as with Brad Rogers, is that he has a little bit of trouble right now with guys who are bigger than him. So I really hope that he's been working on his strength a lot, because he looked like he was losing a little bit of muscle mass there, especially for the Doom fight. For the Doom fight, he just looked a little bit smaller to me than as he used to earlier on in his career. He seemed to be bigger, and some of it was fat too. But hey, he's bigger overall. And when you're fighting guys that are 30 pounds heavier than you, every pound of strength counts, because you want to narrow that gap. You don't want to. He's never going to be probably as strong as Alistair Overeem. Right, and neither is Cain Velasquez ever going to be as strong as Brock Lesnar. But as long as the gap is somewhat, close, it becomes a less meaningful of a factor. He won't be able to get manhandled. Okay, and that's essentially what he wants here. So obviously, two of the hugest names in mixed martial arts. How will this fight go down? It's going to be a 3-round fight. I say you have to give the stand-up advantage to Reem. Okay, with those small gloves on, it could be really bad for Fedor. Now, Fedor, of course, can land some good shots. He can land a right hand, a left hand. It only takes one shot from Fedor, and it could be good night. So you definitely can't count Fedor out. I do think, though, you have to respect Reem's abilities. You have to respect what he's done in this past year, in this last couple of years. And I think in this fight, in particular, you have to pick Alistair Overeem, or at least you should. Will he be the favorite? I don't know. He might actually not be the favorite. I guess we'll have to see how that plays out. But I'd say that Alistair Overeem, 60-40 against Fedor. It's not to say that Fedor can't win this fight. 40% chance is a huge chance. He could take this. But I've got to say that Alistair Overeem has the edge in this fight because he's so much bigger and so much stronger. He's got, great conditioning, great endurance, strong as an ox, able to, throw fast as all hell. And I'm going to say that he'll probably knock out Fedor Emelianenko in the first round. All right, guys, that's it for this prediction.